Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Matt Bowman is Bothered, and you guessed it, I'm Matt Bowman. That's kind of crazy. How are you? You hanging out? You hanging in? How's it hanging, I guess is what I'm asking. I'm doing pretty well this week so far. Let's just dive right into it. Although I'm recording this on a Monday, Labor Day, the day where one labors or doesn't labor. And, yeah, I had a great frickin' weekend. I'm just getting right into it of how great of a weekend I had. Mainly because I'm obsessed with sports and college football is officially back. And Ohio State had a great time. Well, that's not true. We had an okay time. We were not the fire and brimstone. That's not right, but like the gunslinging, we're gonna destroy you for 600 yards offense that we were expected to, at least in the first game. But we were playing the number 5 team in the country, and they did a really good job of playing us. But we grounded out. We did it the old-fashioned way, or we played defense, which some teams have forgotten about what that is entirely. It is funny to me that we got a new defensive coordinator this year, and his name is Jim Knowles, and he came from Oklahoma State, which is it is a Big 12 school, and Big 12 schools just don't play defense at all. They just got together collectively, like all of the ADs and all of the coaches, and were like, hey, we're going to just recruit one side of the ball, and it's going to be offense. And everybody was like, that sounds like a great idea. Nobody likes our conference. We've got to have high scores of like 70 to 72 every single week. But his defense was a top 5 defense last year, and he came in and our defense looked great. We looked fantastic. We ran the ball. We couldn't throw very well, but that's okay. And then yesterday, Sunday, the day of the Lord, Manchester United honored our father with an incredible victory over the league leaders Arsenal. New signing, Anthony, scored on his debut, which was great. Doing some little flicks and heel trickies and fucking looking like a young Ronaldo in terms of just like doing the little step overs and the boop boop boo, all of that shit that Ronaldo did back in like 2003. He was doing that, and he looked good. We won 3-1. I couldn't have been more happy with my weekend. The only thing that could have been better was that if Lewis Hamilton would have won the F1 race, but he didn't. He didn't even get the podium because his team fucked up, and I'm convinced that Red Bull and those guys, I don't like them. I don't like Max Verstappen. I don't like Christian Horner. I don't like anybody on the Red Bull team, and I'm sorry if this is a bad way to start off this podcast. For those of you who don't like sports, I'm sorry for the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds, because it's just what's top of my mind, dude. That I'm feeling good, and I have to talk about it, or else it's over. No, but I'll get into plenty of things that I'm upset with and annoyed by, but the week started great. Well, it ended great because Saturday, and then it started great Sunday. And now it's Monday, and I don't have anything to do today other than this, and man, that's cool. I should be doing a lot of other things, but man, is it just going to be this? Well, that's not true. I read already. I read a book. I read part of a book. I journaled. Got a journal. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do. But my week is starting off really well, and you gotta take into account the little things in life if you're going to have any enjoyment, which at times I struggle with. So, there you go. Fuck. I just went to get my drink, and instead of grabbing it, I dipped my finger in it. That's disgusting. I think that's isn't that how they like baptize babies? They like dip their finger in the water and go like, whoo-hoo, to the church. I don't know. I was never Catholic, but I think that's what they did. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. All right. I'm going to return to a topic that I already talked about, but I have some more thoughts on it. and it has to do again with voicemails. You guys, you might have heard my opinion on not having like the stupid ass voicemail where people pretend like they're there and they're talking to you, and then after like 3 seconds they're like, whoopsie, it's just a joke, bye, ha 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 ha, like that. I hate that shit. That shit's very annoying, especially right now to have that. But something that I would say makes me even more enraged, like with the fury of those who started the conquests of another land, like the fury with which someone started the Crusades, and the righteous indignation. I don't know what that means, but with the righteous indignation, it burns a hole in my heart. That's how upset I am when people have voicemails. It pisses me off to no end when people have voicemails that include their entire family. Have you ever called someone like this? And it'll go to voicemail, and it'll start out with one person, and it'll start out with one person. It'll be like, you've reached Susie, Billy, Teddy, Steven, Deborah, and baby Jamie. We can't come to the phone right now. It's like, you got everybody together? This is an ensemble? You gathered everybody around, and we're just like, hey, let's fucking... No. Also, baby Jamie? Is baby Jamie getting a bunch of phone calls? Baby Jamie is closing deals down at the baby factory? Baby Jamie's not getting any phone calls. Nobody gives a shit about baby Jamie. I'm sure you have your own Instagram for baby Jamie, even though he's barely a sentient being, but he has an Instagram. Nobody's calling for baby Jamie. Stop recording your voicemails with the entire family. No one cares. I guarantee that those people have a sticker on the back of their van, because they got a van. They have a thing on the back of their van that's just like a sticker that's just like everybody in the family as it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Real quick sidebar, have you ever seen ones that's just a person and it doesn't have any other people in it and it's just a bunch of animals? Dude, that's so sad. It's lame and silly to have the thing where it's the people on there, like the dad, mama. But dude, if you're driving around in a vehicle that's just you, 3 dogs, and a parrot, bro, are you okay? 'Cause that's sad. Just advertising to the world that nobody loves you and you have no one in your life. Damn, that sucks. All right, but that's that. The people with the entire family in the voicemail, get out of here. I don't like that. That's so... No one... You shouldn't love your family that much. No one should be that close to their family. That family definitely kisses on the lips. That's disgusting. Do you know those types of families? They always show up when they come over to your house. The family that's like too close together, they show up to your house and they get to the door as like a unit. They all show up to the door together. It's just like, why? Come up one at a time or two by two. What, are you better than Noah? Are you better than Noah? Just come up. There doesn't need to be a rendezvous at the fucking door before you come into my house. I don't need that. Just come up one by one or in twos or whatever. Or just, come in. Just get in the house. You don't need to be that close with your family members. It's off-putting. So don't have everybody on the voicemail. I don't approve of that. They're the same type of family that has they all have matching scarves, or they have a family Instagram account that everybody has access to, but only the mom posts on. You know what I mean? Well, I think that's pretty normal across the board. Moms only posting on Instagram and Facebook. But no, this family is like, it's almost like a sexual relationship that they have. Like, it's so close to being a sexual, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be the only one who has had interactions with people like that where the family is just too close, and it starts with their fucking voicemail. They're too chipper. It's just like, did you guys murder a hooker together? Why are you guys so happy and on the same page? I don't even hate my family. My family's great, but I think we have reasonable boundaries together. And one of them is not being on the same voicemail. That's so weird. Our voicemail growing up was recorded by my dad, and it was... Actually, no, it was recorded by my dad. It was just like, hi, you've reached the Bowmans at 513, blah, 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 blah. Call us back or don't. That was it. Just say the Bowmans. You don't need to go into every name of every person who's been ever affiliated with your family unit. It's so stupid. I hate it so much. Yeah, especially when they quit including the baby. No one's calling for the baby. They've seen enough pictures of its stupid face on the internet. No one is calling for the child. Dude, they definitely are the types of people that, like, they have, like, an uncle or, like, an aunt or, like, a family member that if anybody calls the house and they actually answer, they'll be like, ooh, would you like to talk to baby Jamie? And they, like, hold the phone up to the baby, and then they're just like, all right, baby Jamie, say something to Auntie Lynn. Say it to Auntie Lynn. And the baby's just like, are you insane? I would like to be transferred to another division, please. I'm 3 months old, and I can't talk. Oops. New topic. Turns out Matt Bowman, have got high cholesterol. Social Security, I'm coming for you. Dude, that's bullshit. I'm only 29, and I've got high cholesterol. I don't even eat like shit. I'm not, like, in shape, but, like, yeah, like, if I took my shirt off, no one would be like, damn, look at that hot hottie. Look at that hot hottie guy. That's not that. But I'm not fat. You know, I'm not overweight. And I get fucking blood work back, and she's just like, oops, the cholesterol's a little high. And I was just like, that seems premature. I know my back hurts, but I didn't know the rest of me was just going. I thought I had more time. I'm not even 30 yet. I'm still in my 20s. I just feel like I wasn't adequately prepared for this. I wasn't prepared that it was going to happen so fast. That, like, I've resigned myself to know that, like, just, like, this part of my shoulder that just hurts. For the rest of time, that's a thing. That's just going to happen, and it hurts, and it sucks. But high cholesterol, I got to start taking, like, fish oil and shit. Omega-3s. Whatever happened to omegas 1 and 2, am I right? But I gotta start doing that shit. And she was just like, yeah, so you're gonna have to watch your intake of fatty, greasy foods, beer, and cheese. And I know it's a little bit of, like, a trope, or maybe even I don't know, of just being like, no, that's all the good stuff. But it is all the good stuff. You know? And I don't even eat it that often. I don't eat out that much. And when I do try to eat decent. I try to eat Chipotle, which is a great establishment. I try to eat at Chipotle. I try to eat, like, falafel. I guess that's a little fried. But I mean, like, I'm not eating, like, cheeseburgers, fries, and a six-pack all the time. That's not how I do things. It's not how I operate. So it's just like, if that's how I am now, I can't imagine how much trouble I would be in if I was doing all that shit. Like my cholesterol, like high cholesterol, it would be really high cholesterol. I was trying to find something. I didn't have it. Yeah, that's bullshit. I feel like nobody prepares you for that. There's never in any like coming of age movie or like movie on young adults or a show about how 30 is actually the new 20, those types of things. It's always just like, oh, nobody loves me, or oh, I still have 7 roommates. Nobody's talking about their fucking high cholesterol. There isn't an episode of New Girl where Jess has a bad back. That doesn't happen. So I guess I'm like, what the hell? Why me? Why is this happening? No, I'm not gonna like have a fucking breakdown, but I am upset about it. It's annoying that I have high cholesterol and I don't know where I got it from, but I guess it is genetic. I think high cholesterol is something that it does, how you say, run in the family. That does happen. Rooney, don't you fucking dare start bumping into this. Hey, Rooney, go. Don't do that. Little prick. Dude, I've got high cholesterol. I think if you have high cholesterol, your back hurts, and you love World War II documentaries, I think legally I can register for Social Security. I think I'm allowed to do that. If I can't do that, I should at least be able to carry around a card that gets me like a discount at Wendys. It could be, I just have a card that you just go into fast food establishments and they're just like, hello, I know I look very young and vibrant, but I am an old soul and just old. I feel old in general. Can you please, I would like a chili. Not a big one. Can I just have a small Wendy's chili, please? That's what I would like. Speaking of Wendy's, dude, Wendy's has, I saw this, they now have a strawberry Frosty. No. It's too far. Wendy's Frosties are supposed to be chocolate, and that's it. This is another example of how I'm so fucking old that I'm this worked up about Wendy's adding a new Frosty flavor. But damn it, it's not supposed to be that way. Bless me. It's not supposed to be that way. Okay? We gave you a little leeway with vanilla. We were like, here's a little nibble. Here's a little nibble of another flavor. Here you go. It's supposed to be chocolate. It's always been chocolate, but we're going to give you a little handout. We're going to be a little liberal. We're going to be a little Democrat. We're going to give you a little bit of this. Here you go. Here's vanilla. And that's okay. But strawberry, get out of here. You shouldn't. No, it's not a free-for-all out here. It's chocolate. And it's always been chocolate, and it will be chocolate forever. When you think of a Frosty, you don't think of vanilla. You don't think of any other flavors other than chocolate, because that's all they're supposed to be. It's just supposed to be chocolate. This isn't Dairy Queen. We're not just throwing candy bits in here. We're not smoking weed and coming up with new flavors. No, this is a traditional American institution where we have one flavor. And you'd think it would be vanilla, but that's where you're wrong. That's the curveball that old Dave Thomas, that Davey T threw at everybody. He was like, no, everybody expects it to be vanilla. Watch this, you chodes. Chocolate. And that's it. It was only supposed to be chocolate. But then let's add a bunch of other flavor. Nobody's asking for it. I never once, ever. I go to Wendy's a lot, or used to. It was the best fast food chain, especially growing up. Nobody once was at Wendy's and was like, fuck, Wish they had. You know what would really take this to the next level is a strawberry flavor. No. Everybody just wants chocolate. That's my thoughts on strawberry fucking Frosties. Dude, if you're gonna add strawberry Frosties, you better give us something back. You know? You better give us something back from our childhood. I don't know. Okay, Wendy's Frosties. How about get back to cool toys in the kiddie meals? Get back to cool toys. Although the toys would end up just being garbage on the floor of the car within 10 minutes, it was dope when you got them. They used to be little action figures. It used to be just like, here's Batman, or look at that Spider-Man Go. That's what it used to be. You seen fucking every toy in a kid's meal is a fucking pamphlet. They're given reading materials. They got a booklet. There's like multiple choice questions and shit on here. What's going on? This is fast food. This isn't educational. If you have a formal education, you shouldn't be here. Get out of the drive-thru. There shouldn't be reading materials in there. If there's reading materials, it should be in the adult meals, and it should just be one page, and it says, really? You're giving this to your kid? You're destroying their digestive system with this fried shit. You gotta give them something. You give them a little action figure, and it distracts them. You give them a little action figure, they're hyped up on the shuggy and the fucking trans fats, and then they rip the head off of it and they fall asleep. That's the way that it's supposed to go. That's the natural order of things. That's the order of operations. But every kiddie meal now is a 101 course. It's an intro to lit. Fucking 5-year-olds are taking British literature in the drive-thru of Wendys. So if you want to add a strawberry Frosty, you got to give us back cool toys in the kiddie meals. Is it weird that I'm associating myself with we when I talk about the kiddie meals? Yeah, it's a little weird. I kind of realized it halfway through this little whatever this is. I figured that out. But that's not the point. Don't get distracted by that. I'm not a weirdo. You know? I'm a little weird, but I'm not a weirdo. There's a big difference. So yeah, if you want to have a strawberry Frosty, you got to give us something back. You can't have everything, Wendy's. You don't have all the power. We the people. In order to form a more perfect union, I just start quoting the fucking Constitution, the goddamn preamble. I can't quote any more of it. That's the only line. That's the only line that anybody ever knows is, we the people, in order to form a more perfect union. Or whatever the fuck the melody was. That's probably the pamphlet that's in the fucking kiddie meals these days. Jesus. It's ridiculous. This is my get off my lawn moment. You know, which I think is a pretty tame one. In terms of things were different in my day type statements, only chocolate Frosties, I think, is a pretty reasonable take. You know, comparatively, pretty middle of the road. Here's something else that really, really sets my feet on fire. It really pours gasoline on my feet and sets them ablaze, a la a very committed Buddhist monk. That's how much this infuriates me, is when people... I live in New York. I live in New York City. And there's a subway system in New York City. And when you are on the subway and someone brings on a boombox... A boombox? What fucking year? God damn it, I'm old. A boombox? That predates me. I don't even know where I don't know why I just said boombox. But when... fucking Run DMC is on the A train. No, not a boombox. When somebody brings on a speaker and is playing music like they're the DJ of the A Train, I've never wanted to derail and cause a potential terrorist situation in my life. I hate it so much. Because no one's asking for that. Also, why are you the DJ dumbass who thinks that like this is all right? Where were you raised that was even remotely appropriate? If you accidentally bump into somebody with your shoulder, you have to be, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Or you have to fight that person. If you run into them and are just like, oh, hey, oh, what's that? Fuck, and then you hit each other. But if you just kind of bump into them and invade their space like that physically, you have to apologize and say, I'm so sorry, and then you move on real quick. Or you say, my bad, and then you go on. This guy is just coming in and assaulting all of our eardrums. He's punching our ears in the face. That's what he's doing. He's coming on with his not well-curated playlist of terrible trap music and is just fist-fucking our ears with his terrible choice in music. And they're never on for like a stop, you know? It's never like he's taking it from West 4th to 14th Street. No, he's on from like West 4th to 125th. He's dominating that fucking train car. It's worse than the people that are like doing the flips and shit, because at least they have a talent. They're like on there just trying to make a little scratch. They're just trying to make a little money in this cold, cold world, and I respect that. That is a hard day's work. However, this guy doesn't even have a job. Whoever's bringing, he probably stole the speaker. I don't even. It's insanely annoying to assume that everybody needs to hear this music so badly. Like, what's wrong with that's the whole point of headphones. That's like the advertising that they do for headphones. The earbuds or the fucking big ones. That's like the advertisement for Beats is like something of create your own world. Live in your own music video. Like that type of a thing. That's the whole point of having like headphones or Beats or anything. But no, this guy is just like, this needs to be shared with the world. Gotta let them know. And it would, I guess, it would be one thing if it was like their music, you know? Like if this was his really bad idea of self-promotion, then I could somewhat get behind it. Because it's like, all right, at least this guy's trying. Like he's out there trying to start a small business or something. But that's not how it goes. It's some doofus with 3 hats and his pants past his ass. I really sound like a fucking old man. These fucking kids with their lower pants. I hate it. But I also hate the person that does this. It's the worst thing. And the funny thing is like, before you move to New York, you hear a lot of things about like New Yorkers. And it's just like, yeah, New Yorkers are tough. They don't take shit from nobody. You talking to me like that kind of shit. Dude. Like, I remember seeing, like, stuff that was like, New Yorkers aren't afraid to speak their mind or, like, tell it how it is. New Yorkers aren't afraid to tell it how it is. And it's like, for people that aren't afraid to tell it how it is, there sure are a lot of people jacking off in public. Like, who has the real power here? It's clearly those guys. You know, they're having... New Yorkers aren't afraid to speak their mind. Really? I saw 3 penises today. None of them were mine. Like, what's going on? New Yorkers aren't afraid to tell it how it is. Dude, there sure are a lot of people that are pissing everybody off that no one's dealing with. You know? And I get it. I don't want to be the guy who has to tell the dude to put his penis away. I don't want to be the penis policeman. That's not my job. I didn't sign up for that. But then you don't get to also advertise that you don't take shit from nobody. Or, you know what I mean? Like, either step in when shit is wrong or shut up. The proper way to do it is to observe it happen, be furious about it, keep it to yourself, let it bother you all day for multiple days, and then record a podcast about it. That's how you process emotion like an adult. I mean, if I'm honest, there's like 10% of me that does respect it, because it just the absolute balls to be like, yeah, people need to hear this. People need to hear Sweet Child of Mine. That's a track that people are sleeping on. The balls that it takes to be like, yeah, I'm gonna play this for everybody. 10% of me admires that. You know? This one doesn't make me as mad. This one is just like, oof. You ever see somebody like in a park sitting by themselves with like a big speaker that's just like playing really loud music, but they're just sitting by themselves, like the world's saddest birthday party? That's so sad. You know? Like, what's your end goal? You're hoping that other loser it's just going to be a magnet that just brings in people to sit on your park bench with you? Why? You spend more money on the speaker than headphones cost. Just go buy some headphones. Headphones aren't that expensive. They sell them at bodegas for $10. That's really shitty ones. Go get a pair of nice ones for $90 and you're okay. But you spent $300 on a JBL fucking speaker bomb or whatever they're called. You're wasting money and you're annoying everyone in the process. There's never been anyone who has been sitting on a train reading a book or listening to a podcast or on TikTok that has been like, man, I wish there was an extra soundtrack to this. I really wish there was somebody who could really make this seem like it was a movie. It's never happened. If you do this, I wish harm on you, in some way. I'll let the universe decide. It's an open wish. It's not a threat. It's not a threat. It's just an open wish to the universe. You know how people are like, you got to manifest your own reality. Well, I'm putting this on my manifestation board, that I hope something negative happens in your life. So anytime, if you bring a speaker on the train or sit in a public park with a big speaker playing music that isn't for an event, like in public, if you're at a park and there's a party or there's a gathering, great. Have music, love it, that's cool. But if it's a party of one, stop. Don't like it. Man, water is really good. Got my Mio in there. Water is so delicious. And it's like somebody, when you hear like a thing where it's like your body is 90% water. It's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. It's all water? So like if I got crushed, like in that big, like the hydraulic press thing where they put like a beach ball in there and it goes like, pa, like that. So if I do that, there's just going to be, if you put me in that, there's just going to be a puddle. There's just going to be a puddle in there. I got bones. Is there water in bones? This is a serious question. Is there water in bones? Because I feel like bones make up a decent amount of me. You know? I mean, I guess there's water in blood. There's a lot of water in blood. Blood is a lot of your body. But where's the rest of it at? Where's the rest of that agua? I don't understand where it's coming from. 90% is a lot. Like 90%, you'd take a 90% on a test. You'd be like, this is a good percent. 90 is one of the best percents. And that's how much water there is? That seems high. That's all I'm saying. I think it just seems high. It seems like that's too high of a percent. I'll give you 75. 75% water. You know? Other than that, that seems too high. I'll have to check out the science on that, but seems wrong to me. You know? That's all I'm saying. I got Rooney sitting behind me now. Hey, buddy. You got anything to say? No, he's just probably weirded out why I'm just this annoyed, just sitting by myself. He's like, man, I sometimes lick my own asshole, but at least I don't talk to myself in a chair for 45 minutes once a week. That's probably his judgment, which he's not incorrect. I'm trying to stop watching as much TikTok because it really is. I have noticed that I do have addict, not attic. I don't have an upper room tendencies. I don't have the tendencies of an upper of the highest room in a home. No, I have addict tendencies when it comes to that. Like, sometimes I'll set little benchmarks for myself where I'll just be scrolling on TikTok and I'll just be like, ooh, well, okay, well, the next time I see like a sponsored post, then I'm going to stop. Next time I see an advertisement, and then you see an advertisement and then you're like, oh, and then just out of habit, you're just like, oh, well, fuck that advertisement. And you scroll to the next one. You're like, oh, that's a really cool video. Okay, well, I'll just watch the end of this one. But then that one ends up being like 3 minutes. And so by the end of that video, you forgot that you told yourself that. So then you scroll to the next one and then you do that for like 5 more minutes. And then you're like, oh man, I really need to stop. Okay, well, just like, okay, it's 11:55. I'll go till 12. I'll go till midnight. And then at midnight, and then you just keep blowing past these bullshit little barriers that you set up for yourself. And then like every once in a while, there'll be like a nice lady that comes up on your feed who's just like, I know you've been scrolling for a while, and you're like, shut the fuck up, and you keep going. Like that's not good. That's most assuredly not healthy. You know? And the little time thing doesn't help either. The little a time limit reached, and then all you have to do is just like boop boop, oh, more time. You know, that doesn't help anybody. That's not stopping anyone. That's the worst defense mechanism ever. That you can it comes up and it's just like, oop, too much, and you're like, well, JK, and then you're done. That's it. Because you have the ability to unlock it again for an hour, or not even for an hour. You have the ability to unlock it for an unlimited amount of time. You know? It could be effective if you were like, okay, 15 more minutes, and if you selected 15 more minutes, then it didn't let you in for like 6 hours. That would be effective. But they don't want that. They want you to be on there all day. All day. And that's not, I don't think that's great. I don't think it's great to just be wah, wah, wah. That's not a good way to live life. And so I'm trying to actively stop that. But I'm also trying to stop watching TikTok as much because I've noticed that there's a lot of content that I hate. Which is ironic because the algorithm is like designed to only show you what you like. You know, that's what it's designed to do. But even still, it's not a genius. It's not perfect. It doesn't know exactly what I want. So there'll be some times where I'll see some content and I hate it. Yeah, I hate the type of content, or I hate this type of content specifically. And it's the fake interaction content. That shit is it's so annoying. The type of stuff, like it's always like a husband and wife or like a boyfriend and girlfriend. And it's always some very lame scenario. It's just like, stealing my husband's coffee mug to see his reaction. Okay. And then, like, you see the little thing, and it, like, there's already a camera set up, and he enters perfectly into frame, and is just, like, opens the cabinet, and is, like, does everything but look directly at the camera, and is just like, oh, this isn't my mug, babe. And she's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. Kill yourself. That's so annoying. Like, do people really think that that shit's real? Do people really think that that's actually happening? I can't. Nobody has genuine interactions anymore. Boy, is the theme of this episode is that I am 75 years old. That's the theme of this. But it's ridiculous. You know? Or like the guy who's just like calling my girlfriend Sugar Puss to see her reaction. And it's like she's closing the door and he's like, you ready to go, Sugar Puss? And she's always like, what? Why did you call me that? What? Why do I kind of like it? I kind of like that. There's that reaction. They always do that. Or they do the other one, the other fake one, where it's just like, wait, what? Wait, why would you call me that? Wait, Brandon, why would you call me that? And he's like, it's funny, it's for the... And then they get into a pretend, like, little thing, and it's all fake. It's all pre-recorded. It's all predetermined and written. These aren't real interactions. Like, the lighting is perfect, and, like, they enter and say the exact right things. This is real to you guys? Do people... I guess that's my question, is do people think that it's actually real? I don't know. I would like that type of content if it was stuff that wasn't, like, bullshit. I think they need to ramp it up, and they need to do something just like framing my brother for murder to get his reaction. Sucking my boy off to see his reaction. That would be a fun series. You know? Where it's just like filing for divorce to see my wife's reaction. That would be real. You're not planning that one. That would be awesome. That's the kind of shit that I need. Not like, it's supposed to be Snoopy. No, it needs to fucking be half of my stuff belongs to you now. That's the kind of shit that I'm looking for in terms of internet content. Stuff that you're like, okay, that definitely can't be real. Or that definitely is real. That can't be fake. You know? Like, you just come in, like, yeah. Framing my buddy for murder. That would be great. Like, you just, like, you set up a dead body in his apartment, and he comes in, he's like, holy fuck. Like, that would be cool. That I'm into. Not this pansy bullshit that people are supposed to believe is actually real. I hope that people don't think that that stuff is real. You know? Especially if they have, like, a blue check mark and they're, like, verified. It's like, this is so clearly, this is not... And then they'll have, like, a product placement in it, too. They're like, babe, did you eat all of the Cheerios? And he's like, yeah, I did. And that's because they're so fiberlicious. You know? There's some bullshit that's in there. I don't like it. That kind of stuff is very silly. And it bothers me that people like it. I'm bothered when people like things. What's wrong with me? Why can't people just live their lives? Because that's not fun. It's way more fun to be like, that's stupid. Like, I'm not going to actually do anything about it. You know, like, I'm not going to stop people from doing it because more power to you. We live in this place. Let it rip. You want to make bad decisions? That's the whole point of this place, is that you get to sometimes make bad decisions. But boy, are some people's bad decisions very annoying. I don't approve of it. And that's that. So, did a decent amount of time. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of hitting some sort of a wall. And I've also hit all of the points that I wanted to get to today. It hit on like I hit on like 10 things or 7 things that got me going. That really, they really grinded my goat. I'm eventually gonna have a shirt that says that. Maybe, maybe not. I gotta figure out how to end these better. So I feel like the middle's pretty good. But then we get to like the last couple minutes and it's just like, oh, this guy's dying. He really doesn't have a lot going on up here and he's clearly stretching. And you know what? I am. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I think I'm gonna go. So yeah, please, if you like this, please follow me on Instagram at Matt Bowman Comedy, on YouTube at Matt Bowman Comedy, on TikTok at Matt Bowman Comedy, and on Twitter at Batmoman, BATTMOWMAN. That's where I'm doing that. I got shows in New York and things like that. I'm trying to always do more and do better. So yeah, thanks you dorks, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.